launched the book across the room just as Sofia strutted in. Whoa, girl, what's going on? I suck at school. I suck at Greek. I suck at making friends. Aw, let's ditch this and do something fun. Like what? Well, what helps you when you're in a funk? Swimming, I guess. Perfect! Community pool, let's go! I've got a spare swimsuit for you. 20 minutes later, I dove into a pool for the first time in months, and all my stress disappeared. I swam a few laps, and Sofia was totally impressed. Hey guys, I'm Leila from Syria, and I'm about to tell you a story that will blow your socks off. I mean, my whole world got flipped upside down basically overnight. Here's how I went from dodging war zones in Syria to dodging mean girls in Greece. So if you're ready for the wildest journey of your life, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Confession Diary. I grew up on a farm with my parents and my older brother Hassan. We were a pretty chill family. My parents loved me and did everything they could to make me happy. My brother, who was 3 years older than me though, was a total nerd. Now hold up, I so don't mean that in the bad way. Hassan was the shy genius type while I was the outgoing wild child who loved swimming. Yep, I've been a competitive swimmer since I was 6. Luckily though, my family was super supportive of my dreams to one day to compete in the Olympics. Heck, Hassan, who literally hated being in crowded places, never missed a single one of my competitions. He'd always be right there, front and center, and somehow the loudest one in the crowd.
Go, Leila!
So everything was pretty cool, right? That's where the story should have ended, but no such luck. When I was 14, breaking news hit. War was coming. The news spread like wildfire. Schools closed, curfews enforced. One night during dinner, the ground shook and smoke crawled through the windows as flames danced across the fields. Men in the shadows were burning everything. Next thing I know, Dad was rushing us out of the house.
Leila, Hassan, you have to go. We'll distract them long enough for you to escape.
Head to Lesbos, Greece. We'll meet you there. I was terrified. This couldn't be real. There was no way I was leaving without them. No, Mom! Dad, we can't leave you here! The dad shoved us toward the back door.
Go, now! Take care of each other.
We'll find you soon. With tear-streaked faces, Hassan and I shared one last desperate hug with our parents. Then we ran, hearts pounding in our chests. Now, before I continue, has your mom or dad ever hit you with one of those over-the-top stories about how they went to school? You know, like, back in my day, I walked barefoot through 20 feet of snow, climbed a mountain so high it touched the clouds, and then swam across a crocodile-infested river just to get to class. Yeah, well, let me tell you, I officially owe them an apology. Because this trip, it was like living one of those wild tales. From dodging sketchy dudes to eating food we borrowed.
Be honest, Leila. We stole it.
Fine, but back off. This is my story. Right, so where was I? Oh, yes, stealing food. Anyhow, we finally reached Greece via a boat that dropped us like 5 miles from the shore. After what seemed like an eternity, we finally crawled onto the beach, like flopping dramatically on the sand. Then I spotted a sign. The only word I understood was Lesbos. Hassan, we made it! We're finally here! Lesbos! But my excitement was cut short when the smell hit me. Smoky, savory, heavenly. Hassan sniffed the air like a bloodhound.
Do you smell that?
We followed the scent and found a campfire with glistening skewers. Hassan grabbed 2 skewers and we ducked behind some trees. I bit into the meat and fireworks went off in my mouth. Pure perfection.
This is the best thing I've ever tasted.
And just then, we heard an angry voice behind us. Of course, we couldn't understand what was said, but you kind of can tell when someone's yelling at you. And sure enough, when we spun around, we saw an old man and a girl glaring at us. Oh no, jail for stealing meat. We're from Syria. We didn't mean to steal. We're just too hungry. The man's expression softened, and to my surprise, he continued in Arabic.
Oh, Syria. My parents were from Syria too.
Relief washed over me.
We're so sorry.
But wow, that meat was... Oh yes, lamb intestines. We have more in the cooler. My stomach flipped.
We ate guts?
Hassan's face went green, and then he projectile vomited all over the girl. It was like a scene from The Exorcist. The poor girl froze, her jaw dropping in horror, and she let out a super loud shriek. Ah! The man introduced himself as Yiannis, and the girl was Sofia, his granddaughter. They took us to their house, a cozy 2-story place where they lived upstairs, and Yiannis ran a fish stall downstairs.
While Sofia gets change, I'll get you something to eat. Not intestines. And then show you where you'll sleep.
After After Hassan and I finally had a meal, a hot shower, and an actual bed to crash on, I felt like a real person again. For the next few weeks, Hassan and I helped Yiannis at his fish stall during the day while Sofia was at school, but at night, I could barely sleep. All I did was miss my parents. Seeing how gloomy we looked, Yiannis suggested that Hassan and I go back to school.
It'll be a good distraction for you both.
At first, I was so not interested, but Hassan, of course, liked the idea.
That's what Mom and Dad would have wanted, Leila. We can't let them down.
Yiannis suggested we learn Greek to make it easier. Okay, Leila, say it with me. Pos, pao, stin, astiki, stasi. Pos, stinky taxi? You'll get there.
Yeah, to a cat that smells bad.
Over the next 3 months, Hassan and I worked our butts off learning Greek, but even the first day of school was a complete disaster. Stepping into the hallway, it felt like everyone was speaking in secret code. To make things worse, they mocked my clothes, my accent, and as I fumbled to answer questions in class.
Leila, can you tell me how to calculate the area of a triangle?
First you must shave your mustache and then multiply the base by the height and, carry the 1? Just to be clear, I tried to say that in Greek, and I thought I was right. After the first week, I was ready to call it quits. Nothing was going right and everyone seemed to avoid me. But on the bright side, at least Hassan seemed to be adjusting better. Good for him. Meanwhile, I sat at the kitchen table, glaring at my math homework like it owed me money. I scribbled an answer, erased it, scribbled again. Ugh, who needs algebra anyway? I launched the book across the room just as Sofia strutted in. Whoa, girl, what's going on? I suck at school. I suck at Greek. I suck at making friends. Aw, let's ditch this and do something fun. Like what? Well, what helps you when you're in a funk? Swimming, I guess. Perfect! Community pool, let's go! I've got a spare swimsuit for you. 20 minutes later, I dove into a pool for the first time in months, and all my stress disappeared. I swam a few laps and Sofia was totally impressed. Why don't you try out for the swim team? I bet the coach would love you. The next day, Sofia spoke with the coach, and I was allowed to try out. And guess what? I made the team! On the first day of training, I was heading to the bleachers by the swimming pool when someone stepped in front of me. It was Elena, the swim team's golden girl. No swim teams back at home? Wait, no welcome to the team? Nobody wants you here. Go home. After seeing your scores from the last swim meet, trust me, the coach wants me here. That did it. Her face went red as I tried to walk past her. She stepped forward to shove me into the pool, but I sidestepped her. The look on her face as she surfaced, priceless. A few teammates nearby stifled their laughter, and I knew right then and there, if Elena didn't hate me before, she definitely did now. Over the next few weeks, swimming started working its magic. My grades got better and my focus improved. Life was almost perfect. Almost. Because there was Elena. She was like the human version of a mosquito trapped in your bedroom at night. Ugh, super annoying and impossible to ignore. Whenever I won, her eyes would narrow, her jaw would clench, and I swear I saw a vein popping out of her forehead once. I am the queen of these waters. You only won because my eyelashes were cramping. See? Then came my first swim competition, and I couldn't wait to tell Hassan. You're gonna be there to cheer me on, right?
Of course. Wouldn't miss it for the world, sis.
On the day of the competition, I swam my heart out, touching the wall 2 seconds before Elena, who glared at me like I stole her candy. Enjoy your victory, newbie. It's the last one you'll ever get. I should have been proud winning my first competition, but instead I was freaking out. Hassan was nowhere to be seen. I tried calling him, but he didn't answer. Was something wrong? Was he okay? I rushed home after the competition, my stomach twisting with worry. But when I walked in, I found him in the kitchen, casually baking fish fingers with Sofia. Hassan! I've been worried sick about you, and you're here baking fish fingers? Sofia blinked at me, looking like I'd just poured cold water on her. Leila, what's the problem? I shot her a death glare. I was talking to my brother.
Leila, stop it. What's wrong with you?
What's wrong with me is you missed my swimming competition for this!
Leila, I'm sorry. I forgot. How did you do?
I couldn't believe it! He forgot! He forgot! Without thinking, I grabbed my gold medal and threw it at his face. I stormed off to our room, slamming the door behind me. Now, before you judge me, hear me out. The truth is, I wasn't just mad at Hassan, I was scared. I was scared we were growing apart. I'd already lost my parents. I wasn't about to lose Hassan, even to Sofia, who had been so kind to us since we came. So over the next few days, I tried every trick I could think of to make Hassan look like a total dweeb to Sofia. No girl wants a scaredy cat, right? Wrong. I let a few bats loose in the living room while Hassan and Sofia were just chilling. Hassan went full-on drama queen.
Oh God, please save me! Save me!
Instead of screaming or running away, Sofia opened the window and made this high-pitched sound that made my ears feel like they were going to explode. And just like that, the bats flew straight out. Hassan looked at her like she was some kind of superhero.
Whoa, that's actually kind of cool. Teach me how to do that.
Huh, teach him? Seriously? Another time, I thought I had the perfect plan. I soaked his clothes in leftover fish sauce, figuring Sofia would run for the hills, but nope. She sniffed him and smiled. What's that amazing scent? Is that your new cologne? Guys, I almost choked. Nothing was working. Ugh! While things at home were a total disaster, at school, Elena was literally out to ruin my life. One day she locked me in the janitor's closet, and I was just stuck in there like a forgotten sock. Thank God Mr. Grumpy Janitor came 5 minutes later. Another time, she accidentally spilled baby oil in front of the girls' bathroom. I slipped and almost died, but hey, no broken bones. With everything going on, if I didn't change something soon, I was gonna lose my marbles. It was time to tune them all out and focus on what I could actually control, my schoolwork and my swimming. But that didn't last too long. You see, one evening I was walking home after swimming practice when I saw Sofia, and she was kissing someone. And no, it wasn't my brother, who was her boyfriend. What the heck? Yeah, I was mad at Hassan, but that didn't mean I would let this slide. I marched up to them. Sofia, what's going on? Did you break up with Hassan? Who is this? Immediately, she pulled away from the guy, looking guilty. She immediately sent him away. I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Layla, let me explain. Explain what? I know what I saw, and I'm so telling my brother. Immediately, Sofia, the good girl, was gone, and she glared at me. Yeah, okay. I was just using Hassan to make my ex jealous. And yeah, it worked. What's it to you, nosy? So, if you're back with him, are you breaking up with Hassan? No, I like the attention that silly boy gives me. I think I'll keep them both. As if, when I tell Hassan all this, he'll never talk to you again. Then she threw her head back and laughed. You really think he'll believe you over me? Game on, loser. I rushed home to tell Hassan everything, but he was nowhere to be found. Nor could I find him the next morning. So I went to school hoping to catch him there, but when I walked into swim practice, I was shocked by what I saw. Hassan was already there, but he was sitting with Sofia. I rushed over to tell him the truth, but before I could say a word, Sofia jumped up and hugged me. Layla! Surprise! What?
Sofia made me realize I haven't been the best big brother recently, so we came to cheer you on during practice.
I heard you have nationals coming up, so I wanted to be there for you. And I heard you were kissing your ex last night.
Wait, what?
Sofia looked as innocent as a puppy. Oh, baby, I'd never do that. Before I could tear into her, the coach blew the whistle, signaling practice was starting. Hassan, your witch of a girlfriend here is cheating on you. I'll tell you everything tonight. I saw them leave a few minutes later. I couldn't wait to leave practice and get home to tell Hassan exactly what I saw Sofia doing yesterday. The thought of finally exposing her had me practically sprinting out of the pool when practice ended. I decided to take a shortcut through the park, but as I was walking, I saw something I never expected to see. I saw Elena with an older woman who looked just like her heading into a small beat-up tent near the trees. That couldn't be Elena, could it? What was she doing in a tent? I had to find out, so I tiptoed closer. As I got near, raised voices spilled out from the tent. This isn't fair! I'm not quitting the team! Do you want to live in this tent forever? Mom, I don't care where I live as long as I can swim! Well, I care. It's not my fault Dad died and the bank took everything because he had so much debt. Why should I have to pay for it?
Listen, you're coming to work with me at the cafe after school, and that's final.
I barely had time to duck behind a bush before Elena stormed out, crying. I was shook. Elena, my biggest rival, the girl who made my life miserable for months, was living in a tent with her mom. If she left the team, my life would get 1,000 times easier. So why do I feel so awful? Walking home, her words replayed in my head over and over. And just like that, I knew I had to help. But how? Before I could think more, I got home to Sofia and Hassan cuddling up on the sofa. Are you crazy? You're cuddling her after what she did?
Don't talk to her like that. She told me everything. It was her cousin.
Her cousin? I nearly choked. Were they auditioning for Game of Thrones? 'Cause that's the only way I'm buying this cousin story. Come on, man, I thought you were the smart one.
Are you insulting me right now?
If you're gonna believe someone you just met over your sister, then yeah, I guess I am. I shook my head and walked away. If Hassan wanted to stay blinded by Sofia's fake sweetness, that was on him. I decided to focus on helping someone who actually needed it, Elena. I had a plan. The next day at practice, I pulled Coach aside and told her everything. You have to help her, but please don't tell her I told you. Coach looked shocked, but she promised she'd help them make arrangements for a proper home. And sure enough, a week later, the next time I walked through the park, Elena's tent was gone. I was thrilled, but I was so not expecting what happened the very next day. Meanwhile, back home, Hassan was so wrapped around Sofia's little finger, his grades were dropping faster than a bag of chips at a sleepover. I couldn't stand it anymore. So I decided to do some tough love and snoop through her room while she was out. And I found it. The jackpot! Sofia's very secret diary. Well, hello there, my little friend. I marched straight to the bedroom. Hassan was already getting up to leave, but I blocked the door. Hassan, here's the proof you need about Sofia.
What is this?
Her diary, dummy. What does it look like? Read it if you think I'm lying. He hesitated, but finally took it and started flipping through. With every page, his face fell. And by the time he finished, he looked heartbroken. He stormed out of the room, and of course, I followed. No way I was missing this. Just as we hit the living room, Sofia waltzed in. Hi, baby. She tried to hug Hassan, but he pushed her off.
Sofia, what is this?
Her face went pale. That isn't mine.
You're a liar and a no-good piece of…
Before he could finish, Sofia slapped him. How dare you act like that in my house? I can kick you and that lame sister of yours out right now! Without thinking, I lunged at her. We tumbled to the ground, kicking and screaming until two strong hands yanked me back. Let me go! I want to claw her eyes out!
Leila!
My heart dropped. I spun around, and there they were. Mom? Dad? Their faces were a mix of exhaustion and disappointment. Hassan and I hugged them. I couldn't believe it. My parents, our parents, were here.
How did you find us? Whenever I got word of new refugees, I'd go to the camps and ask around. Eventually, I found them.
I threw my arms around Yiannis. Thank you so much.
This means so much to us.
The reunion was a blur of hugs, tears, and disbelief. It felt like my broken world had finally been pieced back together. Finally, Yiannis asked us what was going on. And after we each gave our version of events, Sofia and I were grounded for a month. And Sofia had to apologize for saying she'd kick us out. But honestly, I didn't care. My parents were actually here. That night, Hassan and I gave up our room for our parents and bonked out in the living room on the sofa.
Leila, I'm sorry for everything. Can you ever forgive me for being such an idiot?
As long as you promise not to let anyone come between us again.
I promise. I love you, sis.
I love you too, bro. The next few days were like a dream. Being with my parents and Hassan felt surreal. My parents even came to watch me practice as the team geared up for the national competition. 2 weeks later, Yiannis helped us get a house nearby, though it was smaller and very basic, but it was ours. The night before the competition, Hassan and I were watching a movie when there was a knock on the door. Hassan answered it, and there she was, Sofia, all teary-eyed and looking like she'd just been struck by a lightning bolt. Hassan, I want to apologize for what I did. Please forgive me. I'd like to give us another chance. Oh, heck no! I was about to march over and tell her off, but then Hassan spoke. His voice was cold and calm.
A second what? I guess you saw those IG pics I tagged you on your boyfriend's account? You know, the ones with all those girls from school you didn't know about?
Babe, I made a mistake. I miss you.
But I don't miss you. Yes, you and your grandpa did a lot for me and my family, and for that I will always be grateful. But I can't be with you, Sofia. It's over.
Then he closed the door. That night I slept like a baby, and finally, the big day arrived. The whistle blew, and I dove into the water. I heard Hassan cheering me on.
Go, Leila!
Elena was right there beside me. I no longer saw her as an enemy. As I touched the wall and gasped for air, I glanced at the scoreboard. I looked over at Elena. She was smiling. Not a forced or bitter smile either, but one of genuine pride. Nice job today. That small moment felt like a truce. Like we were finally on the same side. And as I stepped onto the podium with the crowd cheering, I realized something. This was the beautiful start to a new beginning.